Hello everybody. Today we're going to be having a look at quite a weird technique, but it's really quite useful. So here we've got a kick, a bass and a sort of FM lead type thing, and all of these sounds are coming out of Kick2. So let's just play it so you can hear what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Getting all that out of Kick2. So if we just pop over to this bass channel with Kick2 on it, I'll just show you quickly why this is quite a useful technique. So you get a lot of control over the waveform itself. So if I just press play and tweak some of the parameters, you'll see that, well, you'll see what happens. So as you can see, you can basically get that kind of desirable wave shape straight off the bat. So what's going on here is that essentially we're just triggering Kick2 very quickly. So if we were to recreate this, we would make a new channel, put Kick2 on it, and I'm just going to draw like a very simple sort of shape with it. Okay, something like that should do the job for now, and just turn off the EQ, distortion, leave the rest of it alone for now, and just turn off these clicks and things. Alright. And then what we want to do is if we just put a MIDI region on it and press play, we should just get that sort of little blip from the kick. A very loud blip. Let's turn that down. But as you can see, it's already kind of looks like a single cycle from what could be a bass line. Oh yeah, we need to make sure this is on gate mode as well. Gate here. If we were to grab a arpeggiator, we can set it to free, so the timing's in milliseconds rather than beat divisions. We can basically get a solid pitch out of this. So let's also put a tuner afterwards. Okay, so that's roughly a G sharp, and then we can use this the gate to kind of change how much body it's going to have. Essentially just reinforces the fundamental when we play with the gate. So if I just bring up span for us very quickly. Kind of changes the way the bottom couple harmonics behave. Okay, so just put this out of the way again for the moment. Then what we're going to want to do is group this all together. So make sure we have a chain that has the ARP followed by Kick2. And then what we're going to need to do is get another chain. Okay, and then also you can use any filter you want, but I'm going to go for the filter from Serum FX. So I'm just going to chuck Serum FX after my Kick2 instance. Okay, and let's just set up a very simple filter modulation. Okay, so now what we need to do is just pop to the other chain and grab ourselves an instrument called external instrument, and then go to where it says MIDI 2, and we need to find the channel that we're on right now. I know it's channel 19, and then if you've got other stuff you may need to choose from a list, but you may need to make sure it says Serum FX in there, and so it's sending the MIDI from our keyboard or the timeline through past the arpeggiator and straight into Serum effects. So now we should have Psytrance-y sort of bass pluck. Nice. So from there, what we can do is we can play with the pitch of each individual cycle. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go into Kick2, and you can either control it with this pitch dial here, or you can set it to key tracking and then use a pitch device. But what I'm going to do is just leave the key tracking off for the moment and use the manual pitching. And then really it's up to you what you do here. You can go crazy drawing in the wave shape and get it sort of sounding as close to what you want as possible. So let's just have a little play with that quickly. So for instance, I want a bit more high frequencies, so let's go a bit higher with this. And yeah, we can keep adding more and more nodes and messing with the curves and stuff and things like that to get different, sort of tones, textures, but also we can look at our span and see which frequencies are being affected. So if you want to be lazy as well, I know a lot of us are removing sort of 300 hertz area from our basses, so why not just do it here? So let's pop this at like 350 or so, and just remove the nasty frequencies directly from the waveform itself. Cool. Again, you can do whatever you want here. This is just a suggestion. Okay, sometimes what can be quite cool as well is using the distortion, but we won't dive into that for now. Okay, so something quite cool that you can do is we can play with the length here, and this is gonna kind of give this almost folding effect. It's not wave folding, but it's kind of looks like the wave is folding over itself. So let's move the length around whilst it's playing. So if we set this up really, really high, we can get some kind of really, really good waves for kind of FM tones and things like that. And further down, we get the more sort of bassline type waveforms. So I'm just going to move this around until I get to a point where I like it. Okay, so let's say we're happy with that. What we can do now is, because Kick2 isn't designed for this, it gets a bit unstable when we're doing this. So I recommend what you do is you now, once you've got the wave shape you like, turn off your filter. So in my case, Serum effects. Let's just get this stuff out of the way for the moment. And then what we're going to do is just record a bit of this raw waveform. So let's arm that channel and go for it. Okay, so now we have this. We've got our kind of raw waveform. So to make our lives a bit easier, let's just shorten it down so it's more or less just the actual stuff we're going for. And then I recommend you use the FreeSynth Vital now for turning this into a wavetable or a single cycle wave that's going to work in other synths and things. So let's go get Vital, where I've been playing around with this idea earlier on and made a FM sound with it. Anyways, let's get another oscillator up. And we need to make sure that we consolidate our clip that we put in. So for me it's Command J. If you're on Windows, I assume it's Control J, maybe? Anyways, or you can right click and go consolidate. So now drag this into your oscillator and go pitch splice, because this tends to get the window size right. Okay, and there we go. We've got our wavetable. So just to clean this up, what I'm going to do is delete the other keyframe, just so there is only one keyframe, so it's a single cycle wave, no actual sort of table happening. And then I'm just going to phase shift it as well, just so it looks pretty. Okay, and then all we need to do is go export to Wav File, and I'll just call it Kick2. Okay, so, and then we can use this as a bass in Vital, but I prefer to use Serum for this. So let's go and grab Serum. And here's one I made earlier, but let's go grab the one we just made. Here we go. So here's our new wave, and if we just have play with it. So not the best one I've ever made, but you can sort of see how this can be quite a powerful technique. And then, you know, if you like, you could go ahead and edit it some more in here. Sometimes what can be quite cool is if you set just the phases or just the bin levels to be like a regular saw. And that can sound quite good sometimes. Yeah. Otherwise, you can use this to make FMs and things like that, and you can get some really, really crazy textures out of it as well, especially in Vital. If we pop back over here, here's the sort of more heavily wavefolded, or not wavefolded, but more heavily folded wave, and then if we use a time skew on it, get some really, really interesting stuff out of it. Okay, so hopefully that's useful for you guys, and have fun making some weird and wonderful wavetables. And yeah, I shall see you next time.